Okay guys, here's a quick video of another modification I've done to my Hobbyzone Super Cub. I added a float rudder onto the floats. Okay, I noticed it's a little bit hard to steer, especially when there's a little bit of a crosswind. The plane is a little bit harder to, get it to go where you want it to go in the wind. So what I did, I added a little float rudder. Okay, you'll see it here. And what I did, I made it so if it gets caught on anything, it'll just flip up like this, and then it can just go back down as well. It's made out of, this is aluminum here. This is just a brass sleeve, and I'll show you how to, in case you want to make this, I'll show you how to make that. Okay, you'll see how it works. Okay, there's a linkage. The linkage is just a spare linkage I had for my Super Cub. I think you can get a set of the linkages for like 99 bucks, but this kit here is actually a Dubro set. It's a half-A steerable nose gear. It's supposed to be for a tricycle, the front nose gear. And here's the packaging. This is actually I think it's the old packaging, but it's a Dubro half-A, or the category number 234, and it comes with this this plastic piece here, which is that. It comes with the what I used. I used just this part. I cut it, so I just used that much. It comes with one of these collars. Okay, so you have to get, if you do this, you have to get another collar that's the same size, and it actually comes with this linkage as well, this plastic piece, and this set screw. Okay, and it comes with the 4 screws to mount it into the back, which I actually hot glued it into because it's just going into the foam. Okay, the other hardware that you'll need is oops, sorry about that, just a screw here and a lock nut. The screw I used was a Great Plains 256, okay, by 1/4 inch socket head screw. And the lock nut I used was a 256 nylon insert lock nut. You don't have to use these, but that's just what I used. Okay. In case you're wondering how to make this brass piece here, I'll show you how to do it right now. Pretty simple, but just in case you're wondering. Alright, here is the piece of brass that I have. I think any hobby store will keep it. It looks like it's about 1/4 inch wide, or anything that size will do. Okay. What you want to do is cut it where you think you're going to need it. You can always trim it off later. Okay. Find something to bend it around. I actually used the actual the rod that I'm using here, but I'll just use this for demonstration purposes. What you do is you'll bend it around here. Okay. Just bend it close, and to get it real nice and tight, what you do, take a pair of pliers, you grab onto it, not all the way, but just up to the rod, and you squeeze it as hard as you can. Okay. That'll get nice and tight. What you're going to have to do though is also you're going to have to solder it onto the rod. So rough it up a little bit, get it nice and hot, and just solder it on. Okay, and you're going to end up with something that looks like if I can get it off here. Something that looks like this, with the space for the rod. What you do, you just slide it on the bottom, solder it on. What I did is I drilled the hole. I drilled the hole first for that little bolt, a little screw, and it worked perfect. So okay, it takes the solder pretty well, so no concern there. Alright, the other thing I did is I made this little case for the servo just to protect it from the water. And you don't have to use this, I just thought it was cool. I can actually undo this top part and access the servo if I need to. This is just one of those travel, from the travel section of Walmart or Meijer. So what I did was I cut the bottom off by heating the knife up with a torch and just slicing through the plastic, because there is a bottom on it. So, alright, pretty straightforward. Again, it's able to you know, to not get caught on anything. So, all right. Now, when you add this stuff onto the floats, it's going to add some weight. So, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take your floats off. I didn't have them screwed on, but what I'd recommend is suspending the floats by a string here, right in, you know, close to the middle as you can get it, and a string here. So it's going to be held up like this, and you're going to notice it's going to want to go to one side because of that weight. Okay, what I did is I actually kept adding these little lead weights that you get at your hobby store. Each one is a 1/4 ounce or 7 grams, and I just kept putting them on this side until it evened out. Now, that'll get them even, you know, this way, but what you're going to do, before you glue them down, you're going to have to put everything back together, put them on the plane, put the battery in just like you're going to go fly it, and rebalance it, because that will give you the position of where the weights need to be, you know, front to back. Okay, so I got 6 of those little weights in here, just covered with a piece of white covering. Okay, so that's a good way to get it all balanced and keep it balanced. Otherwise, you know, you don't want to glue the weights down and then find out that you're going to have to add more weight, you know, to get it to balance. So, all right, if you got any questions, please post them.